Okay, hello. Welcome to this week's kickoff call for our challenge. This is kind of like the prep week that we're calling it, which I think is kind of nice. We've never really done like an official prep week heading into any of our challenges. And that's kind of what you need is you need kind of a week, right, to get kicked off and get going. So I'm Autumn. We're just going to kind of introduce ourselves really quick. I've worked here at HF. I'm sure you guys have all seen me. I've worked for 3 or 4 years, I think it's been. I love doing the challenges because it's kind of different. It's kind of a breakup from the regular routine of like client check-ins. And it's just really fun to talk to everybody and try to incorporate something new throughout the day. So I love doing challenges. I'm excited to be here. One fun fact about me, I guess we could do that. I guess we could do a fun fact.
Ooh, okay.
Let me think of a fun fact. Let's see, I live kind of next to Michaela. We ski a lot. And yeah, I have a gym that I run and I'm pretty boring other than that. So uh that's a fun fact about me, but we can start kind of going over this week's email. But if you guys have any questions, any comments, let me know. And we'll kind of go from there. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves really quick before I go over my email, coaches?
Yeah, we can do
Okay,
that.
have at it.
You
Take the
go,
lead.
Casey. I'll go. Hi, everyone. I am Casey. I've also been working with HF for about 3 or 4 years now, and absolutely love it. And I live in Chicago, so it's gray. Actually, the sun is actually out right now.
I know
Just
it is.
kidding.
Yeah.
It usually isn't. It is usually gray, gray, gray. So I posted earlier to the group, but that's kind of my why for participating in this challenge is the gray makes me feel gray. And so I'm just using this along with all of you to um, help hold a little bit of accountability and use the community to help, keep me to my goals. Because coaches, we need that accountability as well.
Love it. Oh, there's Griff. Griff's on here.
I'm Henrietta. I have also I started working with Michaela. Was the first coach on the team. So that was, yeah, almost 4 years ago. So love it. Love the girls. Uh, and love working one-on-one with clients. And I have now not been a part of the last couple of cohorts, we have called them, I think, because I started studying this fall and have kind of been busy with that. But I am going to be a part of this challenge, and I'm very excited, just as Autumn said, to be a part of it because it's definitely it's kind of inspirational to be able to share and be a support, and then on kind of a bigger spectrum than working one-on-one. So I love that too. So I'm excited. And I need some accountability myself. So I think it's perfect. It's a win-win situation of just getting into a new routine myself with just life looking a little bit different with studying and working and all the things. So I'm super excited for you guys and for myself. So yeah. And fun fact, I was in New York this weekend and got a tattoo just spontaneously, and it says
Oh,
curious. Curious, because
oh,
that's a reminder for myself to be curious about other people's opinions and thoughts, uh, and not only share mine.
I love it.
I'm,
Uh,
I'm
Griff's on
Sam.
here.
I'm
Oh,
another one of our coaches. Currently live in Texas, but we're military. Husband recently retired, and we're still trying to find kind of what he wants to do. So I don't know if this will be where we're staying, but we're figuring that out. I love doing the cohorts and the groups as well because kind of like what everybody else said. I feel like I can help more people, right? On one-on-one, we get to we get to dive like a little bit deeper into things, but I feel like you just get to help a lot more people, and that's just what I love. I love helping people. I love hearing people's stories and just supporting them and educating them. So just really excited to be here.
Awesome.
Didn't ask me a fun fact because I don't know. That's I don't know.
Optional. Fun fact, optional.
Fun fact: each of my kids were born in different states. One was born in Michigan, one's Hawaii, one's Wisconsin, and we just got 2 dogs, and they're from Texas.
That's a great
fun.
Yeah, that's a great one.
That is fun.
And then Jess, I think's on here, and Griff, did you get on here? Oh, there's Jess. Oh,
Hi, I'm
hi.
walking. Hopefully the street's not too busy, but I'm Jess, and my background, I was a therapist in girls residential treatment before I turned
Yes.
the coaching route, and Michaela was actually my coach. Oh gosh, I don't know, 2020-ish. And then I had been doing my own business with Birth Fit and Women's Health, and have loved being part of Hungry Fitness. We really do have such a great team. And what else? Oh, I live in Utah as well, so I do get to see Autumn and Michaela a little bit extra, which is lovely. And fun fact, I don't know exact number, but I'm somewhere in like 400. Oh, there's a kid peeing on the side of his house right there. That's not my fun
That's a fun fact.
Yeah, that's a fun
But
fact.
I'm somewhere in like 440s, 30s of consecutive outdoor walks.
Wow.
I challenged myself November 1st of 2023 that I'm going outside every day walking and haven't missed a day. So habits start with that commitment, the awareness that we want to make the change. And that's what I love about these groups is you never know where a habit can go, and we don't expect perfection as coaches, but implementing a tiny little habit shift can really make a massive difference and lay a beautiful foundation. So I love being a part of that and doing that in my own life.
Love it.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if Griff's on here, I'll let her chime in. If not, we'll get started because I think
Cheers.
I'm here. Hello.
there. You're just
Are we intro and fun fact? Is that what we're doing here?
yes.
Okay. Fun fact is always daunting. You all might need to help me out with that. Okay. My name is Griffin. Background is I have a master's degree in psychology, program evaluation, and like that's rooted in psychology. And then started in the program evaluation space. So worked for the government and lived there for like 6-ish years and realized I just wasn't passionate about it. There was a big disconnect between like me and my job, and I hated being unhappy every day of my life or just having such a big disconnect there, when my passion always has been movement in the gym, health. So I took the leap and made a big switch and became a CrossFit coach, is where I sort of started this journey. So lived in the CrossFit world for a while, and then got my nutrition cert and moved this way and did some nutrition and health coaching on my own. And then just really fortuitously found Hungry Fitness and Michaela online when I was 4 weeks postpartum or something. And she was looking for new coaches, and at 4 weeks postpartum, put in my application and got hired, and here I am. So I've been with the team for like over 2 years now, and love it, and love the team setting so much more than the siloed individual setting, because we learn from each other, and then we get such a wide breadth of women, mostly women, but anybody to work with. It's just really cool having that breadth and then that community with the coaches. And then exactly, these challenges are really cool for like especially for me, the habits one, I love because that's like really, I feel like what everything is rooted in, no matter what your goal is, if it's fat loss, if it's muscle building, if it's recomp, if it's overall health, it all starts from kind of small little habits and working on those habits. And no matter what your goals are, we're gonna be taking a somewhat habits-based approach anyway. So it really speaks to me. I try to work it into my daily life, and I'm really passionate, as the other coaches are, to be talking about this kind of stuff. So yeah, thanks for having me.
Awesome. Thanks, guys, for sharing. I agree, Griff. It's kind of like foundational, fundamental principles that we a lot of times move so far away from just because life gets really busy. It gets really hard to be aware of, have I been outside today? Have I drank water today? Just the basic things that I think snowball once you get out of the habit of them. And the habits that I incorporate with my clients, at first, I feel like for some of them sound kind of hokey pokey, right? Like,
How was it?
like
Good.
what do you mean just getting outside is going to help
Good.
you lose weight or something like that. So it's kind of fun to incorporate that. And then once you get the ball rolling and things start feeling really good and you get into the routine and the habit of these things that we will incorporate in here, you're like, how did I ever not do this? Like what did I do before I came outside in the middle of the day? So I'm really excited to get going. We'll go over the habits that we're incorporating as well. But this week we just wanted to kind of have some time to share of what it can look like through this week to help you prepare for getting started next week. So again, you guys, if you have any questions as we go, let me know. We can go over them. Michaela's living her best life. She is in Costa Rica. I believe she is there. I think I saw her post this morning, so she won't be on this call, but she'll be on the rest of them. Okay. We'll start with the email and I'll just kind of read through some things that stick out through my email and then some things to go over on my end. And then we can kind of have like a Q&A for a few minutes. Building SMART goals for success. I've always reverted back to plan, or let's see, planned, or what is the one it was like plan to fail? Have a plan or plan to fail, right? So you kind of have to have a solid foundation and know what it is you're going into. I'm a big fan of being flexible and training your brain to kind of think, okay, well, if I'm not going to do this, I'm going to do this. But it's also really important to go into any goal with having a plan in mind. Sorry, I'm letting people in. And getting a few things started for you so you can kind of snowball and be successful without overstressing you out. I feel like having a plan just builds confidence. It just leads into a little bit more confidence with your day. So as we go into the build the ultimate you challenge, which I love the name, this is kind of where everybody I feel like should start. Habits are where everybody should start and build a foundation from there. One of the most powerful tools that I love and that you can use this week is called SMART goal setting. I don't know if you guys have ever worked with SMART goal setting. You get clear on what you're working towards, how to track progress, and how to set yourself up for success. Life gets busy, as we know. SMART goals have help you build a little bit of balance, help you build a little bit of confidence as you move into the goals that we're pushing for. S is specific, right? M is measurable. We want to have measurable trigger points, and then achievable, relevant, and time bound. And then you take control of your progress and set yourself up to win. So specific, like we will lay out the specific habits that we want you guys to shoot for each week, and each one will be different. Measurable, you guys have your sheet. What is that sheet called that Michaela, the tracker, the goal tracker that you can have, that little bubble sheet that you can track off. I would like try to print that off if you can, because that's going to give you.
Autumn, they'll
Yeah.
have we're gonna load for those that are in the
Michaela is
challenge.
here. I didn't know you.
Hi.
Hi.
For those that are in the challenge, they'll have their habits on their dashboard. So that's really where they're going to keep track of them.
Okay.
That little habit tracker bubble sheet is more just like for fun. They can share it on social media if they want to.
Okay. Yeah. So right on your dashboard, you guys, right when you open up your app, all the habits will be loaded. So that is there for a measurable marker and for accountability. Achievable. You want to have an achievable goal, right? Like you want to have achievable habits in the day. If I love this analogy, and I learned this one time at a recovery meeting, an AA meeting, but there's the ceiling level, like you have your ceiling level where everything is 1,000% in the day. You get all your steps in, you get all your food in, you get all your protein in, like everything's just 1,000%. Then you have your floor level, right? We all kind of walk around on our floor level. We're trying to achieve the level up high. You try to achieve the ceiling level, but we're not digging ourselves in a hole going backwards, right? So you want to have some achievable goals that you feel confident in hitting on a daily basis. So you don't want to ever give yourself too much of a push in that direction. And then relevant and time bound for sure. You just want to make sure, I think that goes along with achievable more too. You just want to make sure it's something that you can achieve, that it's not too outstanding. So you get, again, you'll have that confidence if it's not something too far. I think it's good to have like those goals, but then I think it's good to have like the outcome-based goals as you lead into that longer goal to push for. And then the power of SMART goals, again, we can go over it. Give you clarity on what you're aiming for is your specific goals. Measurable goals help you track progress and celebrate small wins. That's really, really important to do. Achievable goals ensure you don't get yourself up for burnout. Relevant goals keep you focused, aligned with your bigger vision. Again, that's that outcome goals, getting up to your big goals. And then time-based goals create urgency and accountability. A lot of times we talk about this in here. We're not ever pushing for perfection. It comes along with that ceiling and floor analogy. It's about building sustainable habits, just one step at a time to help you achieve those goals. So I know Michaela says this. I always say this, something's better than nothing as you move throughout your day. If you have a crazy day, things start going hectic. Just if you can get your protein in for the day and get your water in, something's always better than nothing. So don't feel like you ever are in failing or you are failing if you're not achieving everything 100%. So some days you might get 1 or 2 bubbles checked off, but you're still, moving forward and progress is still being achieved. How to set yourself up for success. Organize your kitchen. So you have to be kind of ready, right? You have to kind of know what your week looks like. You got to know what's in your fridge. I'm a big believer in having about 3 or 4 protein sources to rotate around, having 3 or 4 vegetable sources, having 3 or 4 carbohydrate sources. It's not really like I'm prepping specific meals, but I like to have variety in my fridge so I can kind of grab and go. So stock up on high quality protein, veggies, and whole grains. So just your favorites, like have those available. I have some clients who love to get really geeked out with like this is my 4 ounces at lunch, this is my 4 ounces at dinner, and they have those prepped on Sunday. But it's also good to have some flexibility in your fridge if that just gets burnt out and it's too specific. Also organizing kitchen, you can take it down to getting your vegetables chopped up for the day. You can get your fruit chopped up and ready to go, get your meats prepped. Organization's always good because again, it's just going to build confidence as you lead into the week.
And
Do you
also
guys have
like,
anything to add into that?
yeah, I was thinking like removing the cookie jar from the counter if there's
Mhm.
one, or like a bowl of candy that's always there, or like just if there's something that's very visible and very easy grabbed, so to speak, and if that is kind of a common scenario in your house, like make sure that that's removed so that you are not having a lot of temptation that you easily can remove, basically. I think that
Yeah.
can be like a very simple step also, depending on how it looks, of course.
Also, depending on if and who you live with and who's, in your family or you're sharing a place with, talking to them about what you're doing in the fridge so that your teenage son doesn't eat all of your meat.
Yeah.
I've had several clients that are like, I prepped all my food, but my son ate it, or daughter, insert person here.
Yeah.
It's okay to talk to the people around you and let them know what you're doing and what you're trying to achieve, right? Not only so that they don't eat your meat, but they can help keep you accountable and help support you.
For sure. I think
I
that's
like
very important in many scenarios.
Yeah, because that happens to me, I guess. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, so batch, cook, and plan. I love this one too. You guys, my favorite thing to do on Monday night is I'll make dinner for my family Monday night, but while I'm already in the kitchen cooking, I will also throw in some other meat sources for the week just to have them ready. So then I'm not making dinner and then I'm in the kitchen another time to prep for the rest of the week. So while I'm already making dinner, I'm kind of running around my kitchen like a chicken with my head cut off, still prepping for other things down the week. And it works. It works really good. I got stuff on my grill, I got stuff in my oven, but then I just clean it up that one time that I'm in the fridge and I have everything else that's kind of good to go. 2 to 3 breakfast go-tos. You guys probably already do this in a sense. I know I do it really bad for breakfast. I have like the same foods that I rotate around. Makes it really, really easy, takes the thinking out of it. Same with lunch. So have your go-tos. Protein, a carb, and a fat, and bring in some vegetables. If you can kind of plan your meal that way, that's going to help with dinner templates. You don't have to, a lot of times people get really geeked out with like, I don't know what to make for dinner and I don't know like what recipes to do. Just keep it really, really simple. Have a protein, pull in your starches, get your vegetables in, and just kind of simplify your thinking. I was going to tell you guys, for vegetables, it's really good to have fresh vegetables because obviously they taste really good. But it's also really good to kind of have some options that are, I call them my clutch foods. So I do canned green beans a lot. I don't know if you guys like canned green beans. Canned green beans, they don't go rancid. They're in your pantry. You can grab. I throw on the bottom of any of my protein dishes. And then I have a frozen option for vegetables. So then it's kind of like we don't always have these frozen or these fresh options around. So then I kind of have these options that I can kind of revert back to if I need to, that are just when I'm in a clutch. Prep snacks, boiled eggs, jerky, veggie sticks with hummus. That comes up to like getting your prep ready up top. So already cutting up your vegetables. They're way easier to eat and you'll grab them more if they're already chopped up and ready to go when you're in a fly out your house. So batch cook, you guys, if you don't know what that means, just get out a big pan. If you're making an example with potatoes, I don't know how to mute everybody.
You have to look, I think you have to press the participants and then down.
Yeah, it
You
doesn't
go down where you see all the participants.
Yeah, I did. Okay. So getting in a big pan, throwing in whatever vegetables you have, throwing in whatever potatoes you have, just for example, getting rice made, putting it all in the container, getting it all in the fridge. That's kind of like what it means to batch bake. So then you can just grab and go and have that mixology option. Schedule your time. This is one of the funnest things to do. I don't know if anybody's ever done this before, but a lot of times I have to schedule in just when I'm working out because I have to lay out my day. What is it going to look like? And if you can have that on your schedule, odds are you'll pull it in just a little bit more. So have some time in your schedule to block out for walks, have your outside time sketched in, or just basically have a good idea of how your day's going to flow. Because it really does help. So just blocking out that 1 hour, whether it's for meal prep or anything that you need, helps keep you on task for sure. Remind yourself to drink water or get outside. I have clients who will set water goals on their watch. I have a 10 o'clock, a 2 o'clock, and a 6 o'clock time frame that we try to have at least 40 ounces in at each of those frames. So we will literally set an alarm in our phone. Oh, I haven't drank anything in 3 hours because we get busy. So it's really important to kind of have an idea of, what your day looks like. And if you need to kind of set some reminders or alarms. Use the tools to stay on track, which is great because we have the HF nutrition guide and the Build the Ultimate You plan inside your app. Track your habits with the social event, and then of course on your dashboard with the check marks that you guys will see once they get loaded on there. Progress, not perfection. Okay, we definitely have talked about that. It's kind of your time this week to get organized. try out these habits and figure out what works for you. It's not about getting it perfect right away. It's about laying out a solid foundation. So it gets really frustrating, I think, especially as females, because we want so bad to make sure we check mark the boxes and do all the things. And it's like last minute something can come up. And at the end of the day, we're like, oh, great, super. I haven't done anything, but probably done a little bit better than you think you did. But definitely just kind of knowing that it doesn't have to be perfect. I don't know how many times I have to preach that in the day. It's hard with when we get type A's, but a little bit is always better than nothing. And then you can ask yourself these questions too as we lead into this week. What's my biggest goal for this challenge? Like, what is it that you're really pushing for and you really want to get out of the next time that we're all working together? What barriers might pop up and how can I prepare to overcome them? How will I celebrate my progress, whether it's big or small? Those are some great questions to kind of go into and address to yourself personally. And then this week, just take the time to plan and set yourself up for an amazing challenge. Share your SMART goals in the group and let's cheer each other on. We've already had a lot of great communication on the app. It's been fun to get on, know that we're there. We're constantly checking it. We'll each kind of have a day that we're on there as well. So any type of questions that you guys have, of course, get on there and ask. And I just can't wait. This is going to be really fun. And we can kind of just move forward into this week by getting things ready and see what next week will bring for sure. Next week, if you guys
Water is our
yeah.
goal for week 1.
Do you want me to tell them all, Michaela?
Well, for the group specifically, obviously not everyone on this call is in the Build Ultimate You
Right.
group, but for those that are, we'll be discussing more in the group and you'll also get an email. We have signups are going to go till midnight tonight. So we'll probably send out the email like between midnight and tomorrow morning with just some additional resources. And then also we will have, you'll see in that 100 ounces of water habit on your dashboard starting Monday next week.
Okay.
And
then next week they're just updated.
Yep.
Okay.
And then we'll be doing weekly giveaways. So that'll start, obviously we'll like announce week 1 giveaway in week 2. So those of you that are tracking your habits, will be able to see that. And we'll be doing just a random giveaway each week for those that are participating. We're so excited. Thanks,
Okay.
Autumn, for hosting.
You bet. Hope you're having fun.
Yes, we are. A little chaotic here.
Yeah. Well, good. Yeah. So reach out, you guys. We're on the app. Like I said, let us know if you have any specific questions for sure. And we can just kind of go from there. I don't think we have any questions in the chat. Is there any questions in the chat? I can't. Yeah. Excited to be here. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see. Yeah.
So have a good week, you guys. Get ready, ask us questions, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Okay, bye-bye.